Hey, welcome back to my channel, Mommy Trainee. Now today I wanted to talk to you about how I organize all my Young Living products. Now most of the products that I have, especially products that I need organization, is the little bottles of oil. Now obviously there are a lot of people would dedicate like a shelf on the wall that would keep all the little bottles of oil. Quite honestly, in terms of storage of these oils, actually the sun just came in. I need to move some stuff. In terms of storing this oil, you really need to pick a place where there's no direct sunlight that's gonna be on your oil every single day. There is, it needs to be like a cool place where it's not gonna like heat up in the afternoon during the summer, and then it'll be cold. It's fine. It's just that the heat is not good. The changes in temperature, I don't think it's that good either. Even though that they are actually in like amber bottle, so it kind of shielded from a little bit of light, but it's not something that you want to have exposed to direct sunlight. So let's just say if you keep like an organizer on the dresser, one of those acrylic ones that holds your bottles pretty nicely. But if your dresser has direct sunlight going into it every single day, then you might need to kind of move it to a place where it's a little bit darker or a little bit cooler. Now, that being said, and then another thing is that obviously if you keep it on a shelf, let's just say you keep it on a little shelf and have a wall that you could dedicate a shelf to, and then you put your oil. It needs to be one of those not specialized, but like one of those shelves that are designed to hold little bottles like that. They're mostly bottles or shelves that would also hold like let's say nail polish, stuff like at the salon. But for me, I just don't think that I wanted to dedicate, wall space to be holding oils. Quite honestly, if I have the space, I would rather put like a family portrait up. And plus, I'm not really all that handy. I don't want to be putting up a shelf and then 2 days later it just drops to the floor and break everything. It smells really good, but it's not gonna be pretty. So I decided that I'm not going to be putting up any shelf. At least at this time, I will not be putting up any shelves to hold my Young Living oil. And it's very hard in my house to find a wall that you could put oils on, and it's not gonna have any, I don't know, sunlight going into it. My house in general, second floor, it's a little bit warmer, but it's still okay. If you have the fridge space available to you, you could also keep it there. But obviously, even if it's like 50 oils, you could put it into the fridge. When it gets to over that, I don't know if you have this, the fridge space to be putting oils into your fridge. So I need to find a way to kind of organize everything that I have, every unopened and open oil that I have. And, it has to be a system that is easy for me to find, easy for me to locate, and it has to be something that, okay, when I go there, I know exactly where to look. So I've come up with this very messy and unorganized way of organizing all my backup stash. Now, let me just talk about the current stuff that I'm using right now. I have like little boxes, like this is like a Honest Company box. It's from a product from, Honest Company. And it comes with this little box that it's pretty, relatively sturdy. So I don't want to be just throwing away, like recycling it. Although, after I'm using this, I'll be recycling it. But I wanted to just kind of give it more use before, I throw it away. So basically all my most frequently used oil that it's in my bedroom right now, it's all right here. Mostly stuff that I would use like roll on at night, or maybe stuff that I put in the diffuser for nighttime, or sometimes in the bathroom. Like I have purification here, things like that. So I just keep like an open box where I just basically grab and go and then just put it back. So that's one. And obviously there are some stuff that I don't use every single day, but I have open and I've used it pretty often. And I keep one of the premium starter kit box and take everything out from inside. So what I do is, once, I mean, again, it's a very, very sturdy box and I hate to really just throw it away. Okay, so here is where I keep a lot of the stuff that I open. I might not be using it every day. There are stuff that I use like monthly as well, like my Dragon Time. I just put it into this box, and it's a, I even have like my own concoction of roll-on in here. You know, just open stuff. I know that if it's not in my most used box, it's somewhere in here. One other thing in terms of me finding a place to keep all my oil, especially the open ones, is that I have a 4-year-old in my house, and obviously you don't want him to be able to get to one of these bottles and be able to open it. He's not, sometimes he's not really that strong. As long as I close it really tight, he's not really that strong that could like just open it very easily. And I mean, quite honestly, wherever he goes, either me or my husband usually keep an eye on him so he doesn't go unsupervised for too long. But it's just safety, because some of these oils, you really don't want them to be like, you know, you don't want them to accidentally pour a bottle of, I don't know, peppermint on them, on their eyes or something. So when I have, like, let's say for this box, when I put it on my nightstand, the little tab that opens it, I actually have it facing out. So when he's grabbing it, if he's grabbing it, I probably could hear it. So it's not something that he could just quietly open it, grab something, close it back, and I wouldn't even know that he took something from me. But I've been training him to a point that he's not, like, even like my drawers, in my bedroom, I've trained him so that he would ask me first, and then whenever he asks me, as long as it's something that's okay, I would let him open the drawer and grab out the stuff that he wants. So at least I know that he's not just gonna try to like make it into a game and see how I could trick mommy, and I mean, someday he might. Hopefully by then he knows better not to be messing with the oils. But in the meantime, anything that I put in within his reach, I try to close it very tightly. And quite honestly, open stuff, I try not even to put it in a place where he could reach it. Unopened bottle is another thing, because sometimes, quite honestly, even me, I would struggle with unopened oils. I would be like opening and opening, like, why is it so tight? And I couldn't even open it sometimes. So I am a little less worried about the unopened ones. I am more worried about the open ones. So let's talk about the organization that I have for the backups now. For backups, for the most part, you would see bags and bags of this. It's not really as pretty as some of the people that would have like a drawer where they have everything lined up, and you know, the label is always facing out, like perfectly laid out for the camera to take a picture of. It's not gonna be like that. It's just reality. Like for me, it's just reality. So what I have here are bags and bags of stuff. But it's messy, but it's not as messy as you would think, hopefully. It's more of a category. So this bag right here is the biggest bag that I have. And this bag is where I go and look for oils that would normally come in the premium starter kit. Now, what I have here inside of this big bag are also smaller bags. So now this goes into there, all premium starter kit except for lemon, which I'll talk about it soon. So anything that goes into this big bag or these smaller bags are things that I mean, everyone, like if you have a premium starter kit from way, long time ago, your premium starter kit could have something like Joy. Like for me, my premium starter kit doesn't have Joy, but it has like things like Stress Away. It obviously has thieves and frankincense and pan away and all that. So it's really like for me, when I think about premium starter kit, when I started, those are the oils that I put here. So here I have stuff like, I have a lot of thieves. Like within here, quite honestly, just based on the color code, you would know exactly what it is. Like if you have everything inside of one big bag and not even separated out a little bit, thieves could be mistaken with tea tree. You know, I mean, peppermint could be mistaken with, I don't know, spearmint or something. So I know that in here, if I see some brown label, I know that it's Thieves. And if it's purple, it's lavender. And if it's green, it's Stressed Away. You know, if it's like light brown, it's Cobaiba. I kind of know, just kind of like spotting it, like just kind of squishing it a little bit. I know exactly like where my bottle is. If I needed to grab like a lavender Vitality, I know where to grab it. And when I was squishing it, I know that, oh yeah, that bottle that I grabbed, that, let's just say the Stressed Away that I grabbed right now, if I have to open this bottle of Stressed Away, I already know just by looking at this is the last bottle. So if I ever open this, I would have to order more. So that's the big, you know, Premium Starter Kit bag. And within the Premium Starter Kit bag, I have subcategories. So the first category is frankincense. Now, I have quite a few bottles of frankincense here. And even Sacred Frankincense is also here. So I know that, oh, in terms of frankincense, once I need frankincense, whatever type, it's going to be in this particular bag. Even though Sacred Frankincense, for me, it doesn't come in, you know, the Premium Starter Kit. But I know that for frankincense, I just go to that bag, and there's only 2 colors in here. I would, you know, once I grab one, I know that, oh, is it the last bottle? How many bottles do I have? So I know exactly, you know, where I stand with frankincense. You could never have enough frankincense. And then another bag, for some reason, I have a lot of Pan Away. I don't know how I get so many bottles, but these are all bottles that I have not opened. So I just put it in like another little bag that I have and just stuff it in there, because that's actually something that I mean, I separate it out because I don't really use it that many times. I probably would try to do the same thing for Thieves, because I see that I have quite a few bottles of Thieves. And I try to like use the bags that comes with the monthly order, whatever that comes with you know, my ER boxes. I try to reuse them. So here it is. I mean, this month I actually got, you know, more bags that I have. So I may be separating out things like Thieves, which I see that I have quite a few. Now the next bag that I have, let's talk about this bag. This category is my citrus category, and that's the reason why like lemon is in here, and that's the reason why lemon is not there. But I have quite, I mean, looking at it, I know that that's my last bottle of lemon. Lemon always runs out for me. I don't like it. It just is. Even though I like citrus category in general, like tangerine, it's a little bit more sweeter. I just like that lemon and Jade Lemon has that very fresh and crisp kind of taste. So it always like it runs out very, very quickly. But you know, orange is in there, Jade Lemon, even lemongrass is in there. And you know, things that I would associate citrusy kind of scent, it would be in here. The next category, I don't really know how to call it, maybe call it a unicorn bag. These are all what they call the unicorn oil. Peace and Calming 1 and 2, Valor 1 and 2. And again, there's only 2 colors in here. For some people, they might prefer like Peace and Calming and Peace and Calming 2. They might prefer the 1 over the 2 or the 2 over the 1. To me, I do prefer the 1 over the 2 in terms of Peace and Calming. But Valor, I think both of them works pretty well, or at least they're doing the same thing for me, which I feel like it's the same thing on me. So for me, it's just a matter of picking out whether, you know, if I want Peace and Calming, I'll go for the green. If I want, you know, Valor, I go for the, what is this, purple, royal purple color. So that's only like 2 colors, but I know, oh, those are the unicorn oil where they always limit 1 per account. That's where I go. So that's another category. So we talked about the citrus. The next category is kind of like a winter oil category, where I keep all the different type of eucalyptus, my raven, my wintergreen. I don't know why I have so many wintergreen. But those are the type of oil that you're most associated with using it during the winter. That's where it is. For breathing and stuff, anything will be there. My last bag that has a category is this. Now, most of these other bags, I would only keep unopened items in there. So those are truly my backup stash. And once something is open, I keep it in the box instead. I work a little differently with this bag, and this category, it's the kids bag. It has like Gentle Baby, it had Kid Sense oil, things like Sleepy Jies, Tummy Jies, and things like that, which I think Tummy Jies, I just used it not that long ago and it has not come back here yet. Since I don't have a lot of these type of oil, even when I only use it once in a while. And once I use something, if I put it among all the other oils that I have, it might get lost, and next time when I have to use it, I might not be able to find it. So this is the one exception where if I use something like the Tummy Jies that I've used a couple of days ago, it's probably sitting in my bathroom right now, I would probably put it back here. So that next time when I know, oh, Tummy Jies, I'll go right to here. So that's that. And then, that would be, actually here, I took it out already, but let me put it back to show you exactly what I do with this box. This is my other category, and it's not a Louis Vuitton handbag unboxing, unfortunately. So again, any like boxes that I got, like the premium starter kit boxes, like these, you know, these boxes, I mean, as long as I find a way of like using it more before I recycle them, or if I need to throw them away for whatever reason, as long as I could find some use of it, I would rather use them up. And these boxes are just so sturdy to a point that I'm like, it's a shame just to throw it away. But I'm not the type that keeps, like, let's just say for this, I'm not the type that would keep my handbags inside of a box because I use them so often. So when I get these boxes, I'm like, what do I do with it? But I don't want to throw it away. Especially these are like magnetic boxes. These are the newer boxes. I have the older, like dark brown boxes that are also very, very sturdy. Like I think it's even more sturdier than this. It's actually under my sink right now, holding like skincare products and, you know, things like that under the sink. But it's just so good to be using that to organize stuff, and because it works so well. Okay, so let's come back to this Louis Vuitton Young Living oil unboxing. So within here, it's so good that it's a magnetic box, because I actually keep this inside of my closet shelf, one of the shelf that's kind of like midway, like weight, you know, midway, not very high, not very low. My kid couldn't get to it yet. Whenever I have to get to it, I just have to come and open the box like this, grab something and go. It's quite easy. If you have any other boxes, if you have to, like, you know, open the lid and put the lid somewhere and then find your thing and then put the lid back, it's just way too much work. I am way too lazy to be doing that. So inside of this big box, I also have another Young Living Premium Starter Kit box. Again, the boxes are just so sturdy. I don't want to throw them away. So it's not really the most space efficient way of storing, you know, things like these oils. This is the original, like those stand that you get from the Premium Starter Kit. But these are the oils that I don't use that often. I store them in here mostly because they're like 5 mils. I try to store the bigger ones in these bigger boxes and put the 5 mils in here. So I have another one of these stand, you know, whatever. I try to store them in here. It has a little tab. Since it's part of the Premium Starter Kit packaging, it goes right into here. So I have 2 of these layers. I found that I cannot stack 3 in here and close the box because of this. But if I wanted to take this out, I think I would be able to maybe put 3 of these stands in here. But then, like, I still have these unopened literature in there. I actually I have some bottle lid, the cap labels. I just put it at the bottom here as well. And then from there, I just put some of the, I mean, Christmas spirit, I only use it towards the end of the year to be more Christmassy. And sometimes whatever Christmas, gifts that last year, I basically gave all the teachers at daycare / school a Christmas spirit plus one of those diffuser necklace as a gift. So like 6 or 7 of them just went out like that. So this is whatever that I have after last year's Christmas gift period. So that little box goes in there because the big box is not full yet for me. If I have more big items and this box actually needs a little bit more space, I would take this box and store it separately. But for now, box it in a box, save some space. So here are all my all my one-off items that I have no category for. Things like clarity, things like abundant. I don't really have tea tree. All my roll-ons, whatever category it is, all my roll-ons are here. So I know that next thing that I have to reorder in terms of roll-on is the deep relief because I cannot be out of the deep relief. More, I know that I have 2 more because I know my husband has 1, I have 1. And that's still pretty full, which is pretty good. But as, basically I'm his backup and he's my backup. But the thing is, once one of those bottles are out, I know that I have nothing and I have to reorder it pretty soon because I don't want it to be, oh yeah, I have to reorder. But then, hey, you know what? It's out of stock. And then obviously next thing I know in terms of roll-on, I want Breathe Again for the winter seasons. Fall, winter season into spring. So basically most of the year. But I know that I still have one that I have open that is pretty much in one of those. Where is it? I think I've seen it. I know that I have almost 1 full bottle because that bottle I know is just open. But next time when I need to order any roll-on, I know that these are the 2 that I have left. I don't know why I only have 1 triangle left. I should have more. So that's basically all my backups right here. Yeah. So here is how I basically keep all my oils. Obviously for any other like Young Living products, like personal care products, would be either in my linen closet, like let's just say toothpaste or mouthwash. It would be wherever you normally would store these things. I don't know if I mentioned supplements. It's actually in like a bag that goes into the drawer under my bed. And so as all these like little bottle of thief stuff, like hand purifier, all those tiny little bottles. I used to keep my hand purifier extras or backups in here because I used to only have maybe 3 or 4 of those bottles at most at one point. But there was a sale a while ago and I think I grabbed like 20 bottles. Anyone that I know that was like, oh yeah, that hand purifier works really well. It smells really good. I'm like, okay, go take it. Just use it. Go take it. It's good. It's good for you. At one point, I think last winter, I was giving it out like candy. So when they had the sale, I grabbed like 20 bottles of it and I realized that I cannot be putting it here. I cannot put everything here because I don't want to be like bombarding this box with a lot of different things. So I separated out the hand purifier, the thief spray, and sometimes I have some foaming hand soap pump that I have not used. I just basically put it in a big clear bag, kind of like these, and just put it under that one big drawer that I have. And other things like household cleaning stuff would be where you normally would keep household cleaner. My main stash, undiluted Thieves household cleaner, it's all under the sink. Dishwashing liquid, all under the sink. I just got the dishwasher powder that goes under the kitchen sink. But I have like maybe a bottle or 2 around here that's undiluted for the bathrooms on the 2nd floor here. And I have the diluted bottles everywhere. I dilute it with some vinegar, a capful of Thieves household cleaner, and then if I have to, I just put in some water. I clean pretty much everything with it. My kids' potty, the shower, after we shower, the tub once in a while, I just spray everything in there, the sink and all that. Yeah, it's using very, very quickly. At one point, I got a free, initially when I joined, I think I got a free household cleaner that I have not even used or tried, I think for months. And then all of a sudden, I open it and I tried it and I'm hooked. I am hooked. I have bottles and bottles of it everywhere. The main stash obviously is under the sink, but I have diluted stuff everywhere throughout the house. So that's how I basically keep all my Young Living stuff, oils or non-oil products that I've got. So if you like this type of videos, please give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel, Mommy Trainee. I am actually planning to do more videos or more like upload more regularly at this point, from this point on. And I might not only be talking about Young Living products, I might be talking about, some other products that I really, really enjoy, or maybe some mommy stuff, or maybe even some cooking stuff. I don't know. Cooking stuff is hard. But I mean, anything that I would think it would be easy for your day-to-day, or to organize your life or to make your life easier, little tips here and there. And I try to make videos short, and I thought this is going to be a short one. But anyway, I talk a lot. Just in case if you haven't noticed after watching this video, if you get to this point. But I'm trying to figure out what other type of material that I wanted to talk about in my channel. And if you have anything that you want me to talk about, Young Living or not, please let me know, and I'll try to, if it's something that I am passionate about, if it's something that I am familiar with, I would gladly do a video and talk about what I know, and we could share our information or copy each other's homework and things like that. So I hope you will subscribe and like this type of videos, give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.